Hey, welcome to Joseph's Reserves. This is Joseph, and today we're taking a look at what we get to add to the reserves. Just like Joseph in the Bible, who helped Egypt set aside 20% of their harvest, I am setting aside 20% of my income every paycheck. I'm going to be saving that income in the form of coins and precious metals, as well as a coin roll hunt at least once a week. If that's the type of content you like to see, please like, subscribe, and share my videos. I plan on going into detail about specific series of coins, so if there's any specific series that you really want to know more about, go ahead and comment below, or even just comment about the material that you like in this video. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got this time. I was able to pick up my dollar, half dollar, quarter, and dime that I'm going to be getting every 2 weeks. After that, I'm going to be getting at least one American Eagle, and then using the rest of the funds to get as many American Eagles, interesting things, or whatever's left in constitutional that I can get. So let's go ahead and clean this up. All right, I have laid out all of the collections that we're going to be adding to today. So let's go ahead and start on the left side. I was able to pick up 4 American Eagles yesterday. So the 4 that I was able to get was the 2023. All of these add to my date run, by the way. This is just the date run that I have here. I haven't gotten a 2023 yet. And for these American Eagles, they actually changed the reverse in 2021. So there's 2 versions in 2021, making it 41 now that we're in 2025, 41 possible coins if you don't count proofs or the burnished, just the regular stacking American Eagles. So this is the 2023. Now I have 2024 all the way to 2021 in the type 2 reverse style type. So now I just need a 2025, and I will, I guess, complete that mini series of these American Eagles. So again, the one I got is 2023. I also got 2017, 2021, and 1992. This is the type 1 reverse for the American Eagles. And that started in 1986. I do have one of those in my run collection here, 1986. And that is still the type 1 reverse. So 1986, the next coin that I have is a 91 with some toning on it. You can see some purples around the edges. And right after that, now the 92. Here's a 95, and I'm just working my way up to that 2001 that I get to add today. There's a 99. And now the 2000. So next is going to be that 2001. Here's that 2001. These were designed after the Walking Liberty $50 that circulated between 1916, I believe 1947. Might have been 1948. Actually, I'm gonna say 1947. Sounds right. So these were a $50 in this size. I actually do have some right here. This is a Walking Liberty $50 from 1942. So 1942, and then the one I picked out is a 2007. This is a full ounce of silver, and this is a $50, which has just a little over 1/3 of an ounce in it. Let's see, the next one I got, 2017. So let's keep picking through here. I might have just reached over 20 coins in my date run that I have here. The reason that's significant is these tubes. These tubes hold, these are the other ones that aren't in my date run, just the copies that I have. These tubes hold 20 coins. So if I just went over 20, I'm gonna have to get another tube. Let's see, this is 2015. Here's 16. And 2017. So let's take a closer look at this one that we picked up today. A hard time focusing on the details of this. Let's see. All right, this is what you get. All right. And then, of course, the year before the change, the last full year of the Type 1 is 2020. I don't have a 2021 Type 1 yet. They didn't make that many of those, but this is what I have for, I guess, my Type 1 American Eagles and then my Type 2 American Eagles now. All right, let's move on to the Morgan dollar that I picked up. This is from 1892. Actually, I got the 1992, didn't I? 1992. I just kind of want to see those dates next to each other. 1992, 1 ounce silver coin, which is actually $1. The silver in it is significantly more than $1, but these are technically a $1 coin. This is a silver dollar, the modern silver dollar. And this one was made 100 years before that one. So that makes this coin 133 years old. 1 1/3 of a century. This is the reverse of this beautiful eagle. United States of America and In God We Trust. Looks like I picked up the O from the New Orleans Mint. Right here is where the mint marks are, right above the word dollar, between the D and O. You can see the O there, indicating it came from New Orleans. 1992. These Morgan dollars were made in 1878. I do have an example of that, 1878. Oh, wrong way. Right here, 1878. And they made these Morgan dollars all the way until 1904, until they remade them again in 1921. And That actually happens quite a bit in the dollar series. They stopped making them, either lack of silver or lack of demand of the full-size dollar coin. And then later, when demand comes up again, they want to create a new coin. However, Congress has to approve a new design, so they end up striking the old design for a year and then creating the new design either halfway through the year or on the next year. In this case, in the Morgan dollars, I'll get you out a view of the 1921. So 1921, in this case, the peace dollars were next. They made the peace dollars also in 1921, but they only made them in high relief. So you can see there's quite a bit of extra edge. This one's not in great condition, but you can see and definitely feel that there's extra thickness on this coin, especially when you look at it next to another one. It is very worn down compared to this 1928, and you still see the thickness coming out, almost like she's trying to come out of the coin. This is the peace dollar, but we're looking at 1892. The 1892 we picked up today. And that one's gonna fit in our collection. I don't have very many 90s, but let's see. Here's the 1899, and before that one is 1888. So right after our 1888, right in between that and the 1899 is where that is gonna fit in. And that is it for the Morgan dollars. I'm eventually going to get a book for all these Morgan dollars. Some of them are in pretty good condition, so I'd like to keep them that way. Now let's move on to the half dollar that I got today. I'm working on my Benjamin Franklin series. This is a 1949 from Denver. The Denver mint mark is right there above the bell. Right here. Let's see if we can get a good focus on that. Maybe if I zoom in. Oh, it did not like that. Here. I'll zoom in for these. Oh, that's way better. All right, I'll zoom in for these. So you can see it's pretty worn. What we're really looking at here for these for the Franklin half dollars. Of course, you always want a real nice edge. After that, we're really looking at the letters along the edge, if those are worn away at all. For the Franklin half dollar, we're looking at the hair around his ear and up on top of his head. He didn't have quite much hair on his forehead. You can see even in very, very good condition ones. If I have one in here in this stack here. No, maybe in my book I'll have one you can really see, but right here on the reverse is where we see most of the detail wearing. It's in the wood on the, I guess, beam that holds up the bell, as well as there's a whole other designation when looking at these Franklin half dollars called the full bell lines. There's lines that go along the bottom of the bell here, and in a really, really good strike, you'll see those bell lines go all the way across. It needs to be a really good strike as well as in very good condition for those lines to be full. So if we end up getting a graded Franklin half dollar, it's possible that they would be with full bell lines. Oh wow, this actually focuses quite nicely. You can even see the initials right there on Franklin's collar, or almost by his shoulder. The JRS, that's the initials of the engraver that made this design. or I guess it wouldn't necessarily be the engraver, but the artist who made this design. Well, we're going to go ahead and continue now with the Washington quarters. So these Washington quarters started in 1932. That was to commemorate, I want to say 200 years after George Washington was born, 1832. That sounds right. Here I have a 1946, and this design, you'll even see Washington on our quarters today in 2025, but this design, where it shows the eagle, went all the way through 1998 until we started the state quarters, where the reverse is a different design for every state. However, clad coins, the non-silver coins, started in 1965, so our collection here of 90% silver ends at 1964. So here we have a 46, and I believe this is going to be an upgrade in our book. Not filling a hole, but a decent upgrade. So we're going to set that aside as well. Let's stack these up, and then we'll go to our Roosevelt dimes. So I picked out one Roosevelt dime, and then ended up having $7 more to my budget, and was able to pick up 3 more. I spent quite a bit of time searching through and found this really nice upgrade to the book. It's a 1963. It's a 1963, I believe, Denver. So let's take a closer look at these dimes. This is the one that I picked out is a 1963. I picked it because it's pretty nice looking, a lot of detail in it. It's going to be a good upgrade to the one in my book. It's 1963 Denver. And then I had $7 left over, so I was able to pick up 3 more, a 1959, a 1948, and a 1946. See, the 1954 is a Denver. That's 1948, also a Denver. And what was this last one? 1946, the first year. That is a Philadelphia. So these started 1946 and went all the way until today. Today the dimes still look exactly like this. The design has not changed. What has changed is the composition. So these are also 90% silver, constitutional silver, and they went to clad also in 1963. Sorry, 64. Oh my gosh, 1965 is when they started clad coins. This is a 1963, which is why that number came to mind. 1964 is the last year, and 1965 is then clad. So let's go ahead and pull out these books and see if any of these fill any holes. Before I do that, y'all might have noticed I had these Engelhard bars. And that's because I actually picked up my first ever Engelhard prospector. Engelhard is a company that was making silver coins. When I looked into them a little bit yesterday, it said from 1902 all the way to 2006 is when they officially went under, but I think they stopped making silver coins when America started making the 1-ounce silver coins in 1986. I know that this series, the Prospector, goes from 1982 to 1987. So I got one right in the middle, 1984. You can see the nice reflective proof finish that it has. And I believe this was the first year that they came out with this E logo, which is on the 1 ounce bars that I have here. So because these aren't made anymore, and they were made in a time where governments like the United States or even Canada and Britain, who today make silver coins, in a time where they did not make silver coins and silver was not circulated, those are considered vintage coins. So for a vintage coin, this is in great, absolutely amazing condition. Just gorgeous. The edges are a little bit dark, but that's most likely from whoever had it originally, probably had it in some sort of holder or in a tube. So I'm actually going to put it in a capsule just to preserve it as much as we can. So I got a capsule here. These are just pieces of plastic that can help protect your coins. That's a little bit loose, but I'll probably try to find a better fitting one a little bit later. So that is our prospector, and that's everything we got today. Let's go ahead and go look at the folders and see what we get to upgrade. All right, you can see here this folder that I made for the Franklin half dollars that I have. And you can even see right here what I was getting at with the bit of hair on Franklin's head for the better condition ones. I believe I might have a full bells one, or one where you can at least see a little bit more of the detail on the reverse. You can see here there's actually those lines where, yeah, there it is. They go across the bottom of the bell, as well as the detail in the wood and the engraving, all the details on the top of the bell. So the one we got today is 1949 Denver. It does fill a hole, so let's go ahead and get it in there. All right. So we'll pack this one up. And underneath it I have my earlier date Washington quarter book for this 1946 that I got. Here we go. This 1946 that I got. The one that I had previously, oh, that's 44, 46, right there. So as you can see, what I got is quite a bit of an upgrade. Let's go ahead and get it in there. Oh man. All right. So for this one, actually, since I have to pop out an old one, I gotta pick it up. Ooh, there it is. And here we go. All right. And now this one gets to go in our collection stack right there. And we'll get to move on to the Roosevelt dimes. Ah, you're falling. Gotcha. Sorry about this. I'm still learning about how to film while I'm doing this. All right, so 1963, this is the upgrade, or what I believe to be an upgrade. 63 Denver. So let's take a look at our 63 Denver I have in here. You can see it is definitely an upgrade. So we'll pop that one out, but only after we take a closer look at the other ones we have here. So 1959 Denver. That's this one here. That one does kind of look like an upgrade too. All right, we'll take a closer look at that afterwards. But 1948 Denver, that's over here. That fills a hole for us. All right. And the last one we got, 1946 Philadelphia, which actually also fills a hole. And now I'm realizing what I didn't talk about was the extra designation that these can have, called a full band. So if you look at it's like rubber bands that hold these sticks together on the torch. There's 2 rubber bands on the top and 2 rubber bands on the bottom. If all 4 of those rubber bands are defined with all 6 of the lines, you'll end up with a designation of full band. So again, that's decided by a clean strike, as well as the condition. This one appears to be full bands, but I would really have to look at it with a magnifying glass to really get an idea of if those 6 lines are complete. So there we have our upgrade. I'll get that in the book right now. All right, well, thank you for watching my video. If you watched this long, it seems like you might enjoy some of the content I'm going to be putting out. So please like, subscribe, share the video if you think you know someone that might like this type of content. Again, thank you for watching, and I really, really appreciate your view. Have a nice day.